Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And welcome to Unveiling You, this week's live show. My name is Helen, your host and self-discovery coach. And today we're going to look into some practical daily steps and insights on how to be truly aware of the authentic inner you and use such wisdom to enjoy a happier, even more amazing life than we already have. With such information and understanding, it's actually possible to align far better with our authentic selves and change daily, random, ordinary experiences into incredible ones, incredible opportunities for real growth and fulfillment. It's just amazing. And I'm so happy to welcome you here today. In today's show, we're going to be talking about how opening up a conscious connection with your inner you helps you to make those impactful decisions in life, ones which resonate with your deepest, truest desires. Doesn't that sound good? You're going to see how you can unlock powerful realizations and make a whole difference in your present routines. Learn how to bring your envisaged future to life with some real transformative examples. By the end of this live, you'll have a clear understanding of what actions can empower you to live more purposefully, how to change things around so that every day is not far more positive and successful, but also gives a much truer, I believe that's the word, yes, truer, yes, a truer reflection of who you are. So here we go. Are you ready to meet the real you? Let's dive in. First up is to ask a big question. What actually drives you every day? What floats your boat, as they say? Think about it. Are you conscious? Do you realize what's truly important to you, your core values, your values, the things that matter most to you? And are your actions aligned to those heartfelt values? Do you behave in the way how you appreciate other people behave? Have you ever purposefully stopped to think about these things? Once we know what we want, we're far more capable of doing what we intend to do, right? Getting stuff done, the nitty-gritty. We're more confident about going ahead, putting our personal strengths to use, our skills. And those skills which have been developed through the trials and tribulations of our life events to date, our life so far, it isn't just food for thought. It's the first stepping stone to an existence that's authentically yours, true to you, a future that's the right fit for you. So how? How do we make self-awareness a part of our daily routine? Let's get into some actionable steps. Let's start with self-reflection. Something we hear a lot more about these days, don't we? Beginning each day with setting a clear and positive intention according to what we personally like to do, want to do, what we love to do. Seriously concentrating on our personal thoughts and heartfelt feelings. I'm talking about thoughtful intention setting. Practicing journaling, for example. Where's my book? Practicing journaling, writing down your, intentionally writing down your personal experiences, feelings, and thoughts. It can be such a powerful thing to do, a powerful tool for purposeful goal setting. When you put aside a few minutes to gain deeper inner knowledge, we can identify patterns in our behavior by looking at such writings, clarify emotions, and articulate our actual goals in life. Just by stopping and contemplating, what can I do well today? Looking at what you wrote down yesterday, what you weren't happy about, your feelings about your day yesterday. And what should I focus on that will turn my day around from mediocre to positively exciting and more successful? A kind of day that at the end you think, oh, that was a good one. And how about getting up earlier in the mornings? I know it's tough, but we have a more clarity then on our daily what, where, and how, because we take a moment to guide our actions and decisions. in a far more meaningful way when we have time. And it feels much better when we actually accomplish those steps that resonate with us, right? So setting ourselves up, literally setting ourselves up for success. How many times have you dashed into your day, grabbed your phone without pause, feeling confused as the day continues, stuck in that mismatch of ideas that's always stopping you from moving forwards in a way that you'd rather do, right? Staying mindful also, meditating, doing some breath work, focusing on the sensations you're actually experiencing to help you keep your mind from being distracted. Prevent that. Noticing our senses, right? Sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing, using our intuition to guide us. Because when we stay in the now, we can better enjoy those activities, such as going out for a morning run or walking our dog, for example. Noticing how delicious our breakfast is. Appreciating the exercising, that sensation of refreshing cold water when we when we shower after exercising. Or look at everything around us whilst we're commuting, obviously concentrating if you're driving, but just taking note of your day, the life, the world around us. It's very impactful. There's a huge difference when we intentionally stay fully present. Being conscious of where we are and what we're doing helps us to appreciate more things. We notice what we're physically and mentally doing. We can learn more about our true feelings and natural behaviors, natural nature, normal, those that feel right. What feels right to you? And what about art? Self-expression. Self-expression through art is a great way to reveal more about yourself, using painting, drawing, maybe use sculpture to express your emotions and ideas that are hard to put into words sometimes, right? When people ask you, it's difficult, but when we carry out those actions, it's more readily there to explain and to feel and to live. Perhaps crafting stories, poems, or essays to help bring out the inner you, be yourself. I love dancing. What about music and dancing? Whatever you're into as a form of emotional expression, and to be able to communicate those aspects of your identity, you. Direct communication is another one. Why not open an honest discussion with friends, family, or colleagues about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences? Maybe during that day, last week, in your life, or how you're looking towards the future. Communicate. Public speak about things. Public speaking can share insights and help you to learn how you respond during group discussions, right? Attending such events. Social media can also be useful as you learn how to share certain aspects of your life and start to understand your comments and thoughts about who you are. Look at what you've been posting on social media, what the feelings you express in there. Remember and remind yourself how you felt that day and learn from those experiences. And let's not forget from using resources such as attending those workshops and classes in areas of your personal interests to further develop parts of your particular special identity. We can also engage with groups and communities that share our special interests and values and do some networking, or participate in or form support groups ourselves around shared experiences or challenges, those subjects, those ideas that we have that we'd like to delve more into. We have access these days to so many apps and tools, from meditation apps to habit tracking software. You can use them to support your particular journey by checking into self-improvement or mental health, but always being mindful not to let them replace your own introspection and self-awareness, because it can take you over sometimes, right? Nowadays, so much information, we become overwhelmed. as I spoke about last week, it overwhelms us, and then the procrastination can set in. How about books, reading? Also to find ideas that resonate and help clarify our special, particular ideas, thoughts, and feelings. And there's the feedback. There's always feedback. It can be tough to actively seek comments and feedback from other people, right? I know it took me a long while to accept comments and criticism on my own actions and decisions. But when we gain those insight into what kind of person other people believe we are and say and think we are, how they see us, what they feel when they're with us, it can be an advantage when it comes to self-knowledge, as long as we can take that, because it can be tough. And have you thought about mentorship? Either mentoring someone yourself or someone else mentoring you, finding your own coach. I have a coach. All coaches can benefit from mentoring in the areas we're not so strong in. And it helps when you feel the need to seek the support of someone you can talk with, that you feel safe with, in that safe, confidential place. Another step can be experimentation as a way to test and reveal different aspects of your personality. For example, traveling, exploring, to experience different cultures and environments, taking up new hobbies to discover new skills and talents and interests, which might reveal new strengths that you have. How about engaging in volunteer work aligned to your core values, to dig deeper in what you want to do and connect with others? I would love to volunteer, as I mentioned in my very first live show, to look after animals in maybe a rescue center. One day I hope to have time to do that, more time to do that. It's wonderful to dig deeper into what you want to do and connect with others. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but each of these strategies involves a commitment to growth and honesty. Yes, we grow as a person and we learn our truth, and we can share that truth and realize that when we reveal our truth and who we actually are, people appreciate that, and we're drawn to others like ourselves, and they're also drawn to us. You can just be you, which is a wonderful thing to realize. But it's also remember, it's significant to stay present in the moment, not to get distracted. Revealing yourself is a dynamic process that can lead to greater self-awareness, more authentic relationships, and a fuller life. So stay true to yourself in this day of age of ever-changing technology and world happenings, if you get my drift. Being in alignment with who you are, taking short breaks when you can recenter and reflect on your experiences and reaction, also positively influences what we do, how we show up, and our daily actions. Our newfound confidence helps us to put the devices away and have far more meaningful conversations with friends and colleagues. It gives us extra self-belief, yes, as we uncover what we really want, what we want to achieve, and why we're doing what we're doing. Being present and aware of who you are and what you truly want in life can immensely affect the whole outcome of our day-to-day, and of course influence others in a positive way also. Absolutely. And yes, as the day winds down, we can take a special moment to assess what went well and what could be improved. So many particular practical things we can start to include in our daily life. My question is, after all this share about practical steps we can take, is, do you already feel close to who you truly want to be? Do you need to take more action? And are you ready to take that forward, actively forward, to your plans for every day? As the saying goes, another day, another chance. Let's ask ourselves, what are we proud of? What did we do well? What challenges did we face today? And how did you respond? Think about that. It's these moments of reflection that build that bridge to a more conscious and fulfilling life. And as we delve deeper, we might also want to address the challenges that pop up in our self-discovery journey, stumbling blocks, the swings and roundabouts, the ups and downs of everyday life. Staying self-aware isn't always easy, especially when life gets crazily busy. It's such a busy time these modern times. So much to do, so many things to delve into, to learn, and to participate in. As we change, it can be daunting. Embracing change can be tough. But what if we view any setbacks as opportunities, again, for growth? Every challenge is a chance to ask ourselves, what can this teach me? What can I do differently next time? How can I use my lesson to get closer to being the best version of me and bring that smile back? Huh? It's not just about coping. It's about thriving. Think about that. Think about what your life could look like with some deep reflection and self-study. When we set our mind to do something, it's far easier if we feel in tune with it, if it's a good fit for us when we truly want to do it. Okay, so I promised some examples. Let's move on. Most of us have heard some stories about famous people who've gone through great struggles to get to where they want to be. But let's look at some normal examples, whatever normal is these days, right? Examples of normal, ordinary people staying aligned as they went about their day-to-day, as they travel their personal discovery journeys and eventually succeed in their quests through their self-realization, their determination. Let's start with an example with Anna, a digital nomad who created a virtual community to foster creativity in her remote work. She found that creativity was missing because as a social media manager, she felt isolated and disconnected from her collaborative and creative spirit that she really valued. And she was determined to change it. So she founded a virtual coffee break group for remote workers. Imagine that. What a great idea. A virtual coffee break group for virtual workers. Sounds fun. Ready to join? If not only giving her a sense of community, it also sparked her creativity that was missing. And the members started to share ideas with each other. And she realized that one of her strongest personal strengths was actually to be creative. And so she started dedicating one day a week to work on personal creative projects, which revitalized her whole professional content and brought new energy to her job. That's a good one. And then there's Liam, a yoga instructor who found balance by prioritizing his well-being. Liam was so focused on meeting his business demands that he neglected his own health, which is ironically at the heart of what he was teaching. I can relate to this because as a personal trainer, I found that I felt at the end of the day that I'd already worked out and I was really passing weights and teaching. I wasn't physically working out myself when I took people one-to-one on trainings in their own home, in their gym. And so when I got back home, I just didn't feel like training anymore. I began to lose my passion for working out. So getting back to Liam, to realign with his values, he woke up earlier so that he could start the day with his own yoga session. And he also introduced mindful sessions at the end of the classes with his clients. Great idea, which enhanced their experience and his own satisfaction, reminding him of the joy that his work can bring. And for another example, Carol turned her retirement into a journey of lifelong learning and community service because as a retired school teacher, she missed the intellectual stimulation and the community involvement of her teaching days. And so she turns things around by enrolling in online courses and decided to join a local book club and become a volunteer at the local library while she was there, helping to organize educational programs. So such self-awareness and subsequent, I'm getting tongue-tied today, subsequent actions not only fulfilled her love for learning, but also connected her to the community, making her retirement richer and more purposeful. It brought a purpose back into her life. Often we lack purpose, and uncovering ourselves and our truth and looking into the ways we can change things around and stopping to think about what we think is missing. It really can be rewarding and so enlightening, okay, and bring back the purpose, as I said. And one more example, Felipe, balancing caregiving duties while finding personal time for hobbies. He was caring for his father, and caring for a personal elderly relative can be rewarding, yet really demanding at times. Maybe some of you listening and watching can relate to that. He felt overwhelmed until he started to schedule gaps, regular personal time to include his passion for photography. He gave himself some breaks and me time. And we all need that, don't we? Getting back into alignment with our own values. It not only gives us a necessary break, but in Felipe's case, it gave him that necessary time so that he could appreciate more the time he spent with his father. And photographs became a way to document their time together. So they created special memories and brought more joy to both their father and son, the father and son. So these stories aren't just inspiring, they're mirrors reflecting our own potential transformations. Wonderful to look up on internet how certain people made such effort and did such work and had such perseverance, determination, and resilience to switch things around and be successful. It helps motivate us and inspire us, right? Consider this quote by Carl Rogers: "Let's embrace our learning and change as fundamental parts of our self-discovery journey." So embracing the journey we're going through, the difficulties, the challenges, the ups and downs, it inspires us to continue on the journey and get to where we want to be, to get to the end game, our aim in life, our goals. So more questions. My questions to you are today: do you connect daily with your inner you? Do you check in with yourself regularly? Something to think about. And also, what characteristic do you value most about yourself? And do you intentionally use it every day? Maybe health is very important to you. Do you take care of your health every day to value your health importance that you have in your life, the feeling about health? Or maybe it's truth and trust. Perhaps you have truth, trust, trustworthiness up there on the top of your value list. Do you practice what you preach? Do you appreciate when people are open with you? It's great to stop and reflect and think about how your day's going and put into practice, as we mentioned earlier, those practical steps to make it happen. So think about the tools and practices that are most effective to you to stay connected to your core values in life. What's most important to you? So as we close today's show, let's reflect on what we've explored so far, from understanding the fundamentals of self-discovery to learning from transformative story examples. Each element is a piece of the puzzle. That is you. Regularly stepping out of our comfort zone can reveal unknown aspects of our character and capabilities. We've discussed how to reveal your truth. Let me start again. I need a drink of water. Excuse me. We've discussed how to reveal your true self by using practical everyday strategies, such as what drives you every day, those conscious actions. How we can make self-awareness a part of our daily routine, self-reflection, meditation, journaling, self-expression, the arts, painting, sculpture, drawing, writing, poems, stories, social media, music, dancing, reading, of course, communication, taking part in group talking and sharing with others, maybe having confidential discussions with someone you trust, someone close to you. And what about checking out those resources, workshops, classes, groups, communities, apps, tools, okay, the books, the reading, and asking for and accepting feedback, gaining insights by being receptive and courageous. It's quite courageous to accept feedback, right? And considering mentorship, whether you want to help and guide others or you want to receive help and guidance yourself. Accountability and advice from experienced peers can be really helpful. Embarking on experimentation, we discussed as well, travel, adventure, hobbies, volunteering, for example. Let's embrace our learning experiences, those changes, embrace change as fundamental parts of our self-discovery journey. Let's try new activities, hobbies, or even travel to new places. Each new experience can offer different lessons and insights about your preferences, your resilience, and your adaptability. Remember that your personal journey is a self-discovery journey. It's ongoing and unique as it is to everybody. Be patient with yourself and open to learning and adapting as you go. I invite you to join us again next week for more insights, and we'll be talking about from fear and frustration to gratitude and freedom. From fear and frustration to gratitude and freedom. Are you curious about how to make changes in your daily habits? Make sure to join us at the same time next Thursday, 5 p.m. UK time and 1800 hours CET here in Europe. You won't want to miss it. It's going to be a good one. Until then, reflecting on your growth and continuing discovery to uncover the true you is a wonderful intention to keep for this week. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, this is your story and it's worth discovering. Until next week, take care. Please get in touch if you want to talk about anything, if you need any help, or if you have a particular subject you'd like me to do a live show concerning, something close to your heart. Take care. Have a super week, guys. Ciao for now.